Casey Kasem. These are the hits you're buying and radio stations are playing from coast to coast. And falling 4 notches to number 17 is a band that received a very special honor from their hometown of Buffalo just a couple of weeks ago on April 13th. The mayor of Buffalo declared it Goo Goo Dolls Day. He gave the 3 rockers the key to the city. And that night the band performed in the Memorial Auditorium for thousands of screaming fans.
American Top 40.
And that means we're up to the number 1 song in the USA on American Top 40, a smash by a band whose leader was suffering from a terrible case of writer's block until he decided to turn into someone else. It was several months ago that singer and songwriter John Rzeznik found himself totally shut down. His band, the Goo Goo Dolls, had done very well with their debut hit, Name. But he says he just couldn't do it. Quote, I was really uptight. I had had a hit, but all I could think about was, what if the next song failed? What would I do? I was stuck like that for 2 years. Then he was offered a chance to write a song for the soundtrack of the movie City of Angels. Still feeling stuck, Johnny went to see a rough cut of the film. After the screening, he was told to write a song from the point of view of the angel played by Nicolas Cage. And Johnny says that broke the ice. He says, I was able to assume a different character. Because I was someone else, I was able to say things I might not normally say. It made it very interesting. Well, the song not only broke the ice, it went straight to the top of the charts. And for the 3rd week in a row, it's the biggest hit in the land. The number 1 song in the USA on American Top 40 for the 4th week in a row is Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls. These are the hottest hits in the USA. Holding steady at number 16 are the Goo Goo Dolls. Fans of the band want to know who's the girl on the cover of their CD, Dizzy Up the Girl. Well, Johnny Rzeznik says she was the makeup girl on a photo shoot. She was tired, flopped down on the bed, and the photographer snapped a picture of her. Unquote. From that album, here are the Goo Goo Dolls with Black Balloon. Well, now we're up to the latest hit for a band who say they're proud of their 3 number 1s, but they're even prouder of the fact they built themselves from the ground up. In their 5 years on the pop chart, the trio called the Goo Goo Dolls have run up a track record that any band would be proud of. They've scored with 6 top 40 hits, and half of those top 40s have gone all the way to number 1. The songs Name, Iris, and Slide. But band leader Johnny Rzeznik says that as excellent as that is, it's the fact that the Dolls are self-made that really makes him glow with pride. He says, quote, I'm most proud of the fact that the Goo Goo Dolls wasn't put together by a producer or a record company guy. We were just 3 kids in college wanting to make some noise, hang out, and have some fun. For Johnny, that do-it-yourself self-reliance, he says, is the sort of thing you find in his hometown of Buffalo, New York. Climbing 4 notches to number 23 this week on American Top 40, here are the hard-working Goo Goo Dolls with Broadway.
American Top 40.
Well, now we're up to the song Here Is Gone. The first hit from a CD the Goo Goo Dolls say is a theme album, a theme they've been exploring for 15 years. The latest CD by the Goo Goo Dolls is called Gutter Flower. The band members say that every song on the album is about the same topic, communication between people, and the lack of communication between people. Lead singer John Rzeznik says, quote, I've had a pretty severe case of failing to communicate for a long time. I've got the feeling that all my interviews this year are going to be like a daytime talk show, all about failed communication. Bass player Robbie Takak adds that the topic has always been a favorite of the Goo Goo Dolls. Quote, a failure to communicate is in general what we've been writing about for 15 years, unquote. On the CD Gutter Flower, they deal with it in song after song, including the first hit from the album, which they say is trying to figure out how to communicate in a relationship. With survey song number 32 this week on AT40, here are the Goo Goo Dolls with Here Is Gone.
Number 8.
Down a notch are the Goo Goo Dolls, a three-man band with more than 24 backup musicians that regularly call on when they go on tour or head for the studio. John Rzeznik says, quote, "They're not full-fledged Goo Goos, they're just goos." Here are the Goo Goo Dolls with Stay With You. This week back in 2004, one of the top hits in the USA was Give a Little Bit. It's a remake by the Goo Goo Dolls, a song they decided to record because John Rzeznik was always humming it to himself. The Goo Goo Dolls were getting ready to record their Live in Buffalo July 4th, 2004 CD. They were working on the playlist for the show, and they decided to perform something unexpected. And the song that came up was an oldie by Supertramp that John Rzeznik hummed to warm up his voice. John says, quote, "It's a great song, and since we were releasing it before Christmas, we thought it would be perfect for the holidays. But we never expected it to become a hit." Well, it did become a hit, one of the top hits in the USA this week back in 2004. The Goo Goo Dolls with Give a Little Bit.